So I originally got into MMA just to really figure out a way to defend myself, and then I found out that I really enjoyed training and fighting, and so that kind of just led one step to another. Had my first fight and kind of just went from there. I started training MMA when I was 16, and then as soon as I turned 18 I had my first amateur fight. I won the fight by triangle, and I just decided, man, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That feeling that you feel after winning, it's so much higher than any drug, any amount of alcohol, or any type of whatever. And so I just want to chase that at its highest point, and the highest point you're going to get there is world champion. My name is Grant KGD-Dawson. I'm 16-1 as a professional MMA fighter, and I fight for the UFC. I'll be fighting Leonardo Santos on March 20th. A buddy in high school who actually invited me over to watch Rampage Jackson fight Rashad Evans, and he was like, it's this MMA stuff, I know you're kind of into like the self-defense crap, you should come watch this. And I was like, isn't that WWE like fake? He's like, no, WWE is fake. Mixed martial arts is real, you know, UFC is real. So I went and I watched it, and after seeing that, I was like, this is what I gotta do. After that, I started training on my own, you know, in the garage, hitting pads. We had the backyard fight nights, and then my friends kind of stopped wanting to do the backyard fight nights, and so I was like, well, I like this, I want to keep doing this, so I started training for real. And then, like I said, when I turned 18, had my first amateur fight, and been smooth sailing ever since. There's not a day that goes by that MMA doesn't enter my brain in some way or another, whether it's, you know, film study, whether it's I'm watching a movie and they do something cool and I'm like, would that work? Would that work in real life? Is that something I can use? MMA just completely surrounds my life. You know, when I'm not training, I'm watching videos. When I'm not watching videos, I'm probably just resting and getting ready for the next training session. I have a group of friends, you know, we go out bowling to kind of relax, and we laser tag and do a lot of stuff like that. And it's really made me realize that I'm not good at anything else. I'm good at this, and that's about it. I would definitely say that this is 100% my calling. Every fiber of my being is working towards winning a world title.
What is it about documenting this journey, documenting your training, your fight camp? Why do you want to do it? Who's it for?
When I find a fighter that I really like, I want to watch everything that they're doing. You know, when you see somebody is super successful, I want to watch what they're doing. I want to see everything, how they're training, what they're eating, you know, what do they do on their days off, you know. And so that was kind of where it started, to where, like, you know, I can do this. There's people that want to watch me and do this. And then growing up when I was a young amateur, you know, like, we didn't have a whole lot of that. You didn't get to see how other people trained. You didn't get to see what other, you know, world-class athletes were doing. You kind of just had to figure it out on your own. So if I can, you know, have somebody see me and he's like, hey, I want to be like that guy. What's he doing? Easy access. This is what I'm doing in my camps. This is what I'm eating. This is where I'm going for my strength and conditioning. And this is how I fight, you know, and I think it can really help people along the way. It came from two things. One, I have a very amazing support system. My parents, you know, they're very, yeah, you can do that. You know, I said, Mom, I want to be a UFC fighter when I grow up, and she was like, you can absolutely do that. You just have to work hard, you have to put all your time into it, and that can happen someday. And then later she told me, she was like, yeah, I didn't think you were gonna be a UFC fighter, but you got to encourage your kids, right? And here we are, you know. And then the other thing was too, I just kept lying to myself until it became reality. You know, if you tell yourself something over and over and over, you gotta remember, I started this when I was 15, so from 15 to 26, I've been telling myself that I'm one of the best fighters in the world. With that amount of time, you're gonna start believing it, you know? Constantly putting behind yourself, you know, pushing yourself forward, and just telling yourself, if you wake up into a household where everybody just tells you you're a piece of crap and you're never gonna be anything in life, you know, you're gonna have a pretty crappy day, you know. But if you wake up in a household where everybody's like, hey man, you're the man, good job today, you're gonna do great, like, keep going forward, you're gonna have a better day, right? So that household is your brain. If you just keep telling yourself and just blocking out, you know, I had a lot of friends that would be like, oh, you know, you're probably not gonna make it, gone. And then it goes a step even further, where it's like, my friends, they all do what I do. They're trying to be what I'm, you know, trying to be. You know, we're all going to the same path. And then there's people that say it but don't believe it. They're gone. You know, you got to say it, be about it, and keep working towards it. That's how you be friends with me. I'm Grant Dawson, and This is KGD Camp, Road to Dawson versus Santos.